So the KL2 program is designed for junior faculty who have a small track record of interest in clinical research. The program itself provides a number of benefits. It provides 75% protected time.
For those of us who are truly trying to bridge basic science and true clinical research, that gives us the opportunity to develop two seemingly disparate skill sets, managing those true mechanistic questions at the bench, as well as trying to get patient samples or patient involvement in our studies.
We have a small cohesive group of KL2 scholars who get together in a monthly club to receive not only didactic training, but also networking skills and a variety of skill sets that are really necessary for them to not only make a K grant to R grant transition, but also to become effective leaders in their field and to go on to the next level of clinical research.
So I did the grantsmanship course, and from there I was brave enough and I actually applied for the Career Development Award for the KL2 program. And I was so excited when I was accepted to that program.
We are successful if our mentees and trainees are successful. And Washington University has always been extraordinarily committed to career development, to collaboration, to supporting young people. And when I came, I had very limited research training and background, and I had fabulous mentors here, and I had a lot of sponsors and people who really pushed me and made a huge difference in my career development. And you know, I think they instilled that same passion and love for mentoring in me, and so it feels good to pay it back. And there's no greater joy for an academician than seeing, you know, your trainees succeed.
Vicki Fraser, as you all know, is just an inspiration. She, again, has a fountain of ideas, and I have learned so much from her, not just about science, study design, infectious disease epidemiology, but really then how to be a mentor. And that is something that has inspired me to go on and really give back and cultivate the next generation of physician scientists.
There is no such thing as an independent researcher anymore. It is all team science. Everybody has a particular skill set that you bring to the table, and we see this in clinical medicine and you see it in the research world. Everybody's got a different ability.
One of the things that I've really found advantage is not only the mentorship derived from my direct committee as a part of the KL2 and the CRTC, but is really the expanded mentorship both through Dr. Fraser, but also specifically through Dr. Jane Garbett, who's been a really fundamental part of me putting together a series of grants, including my recent KO8 submission, and also being able to feed that grant forward into the NIH mock study section. So both by benefiting in the prior year by attending that study section, knowing a little bit more about what I should be looking at, and then using the grants library specifically to craft my own KO8, but knowing that regardless of the outcome of the first submission, I will already have a separate set of eyes at WashU who I can privately talk to ask how I can better hone that application for a fall resubmission if it's necessary.
The people who are reviewing your grant are not necessarily going to be in your field, and so you need to make sure that it's digestible by, you know, someone who is intelligent about science, but maybe not in your field.
One of the most important things to me is to continue my trajectory on this NIH career path. And I started as a T32 summer research student, really, and I've been able to just grow through the program here. So from T32, I'm a case scholar now, and the goal is to get me to become an independent physician scientist. And so I hope to start using my preliminary data from the K program to apply eventually to get an R01. And my mentor team has been most supportive, and I think what I've underappreciated was just how NIH is looking for that collaboration now between disciplines and how to integrate that into improving patient outcomes.
When you come into the program, part of the initial interactions is developing a career development plan and a series of didactic graduate level coursework that can fill in holes in your portfolio. The biggest impact, I think, here is in the networking and the career development, the plans that we've laid out. So we now have a 2-year plan which provides initially some basic training in the fundamentals of how to administer and run a lab, how to not only be mentored, but how to become a mentor, how to give good, high quality, useful evaluations to people working with you, how to develop grantsmanship skills. The scholars also have the opportunity to interact with the MSCI and the MTPCI students once a week to help them critique ongoing research studies, which I think not only gives you the opportunity to hone your own skills, but to learn to give evaluations in a very non-threatening, friendly, and creative manner.
The success, I think, speaks for itself. We have now multiple cohorts and a few generations of trainees who have successfully gone through the program, and they've become division heads, they've become independently funded investigators. So the number of clinical and translational researchers at Washington University has grown dramatically because of this training program.
The whole point of this program is to allow them to become future leaders of America when it comes to clinical research.